Hey guys, I'm actually going to do another collection video for you guys. This time I'm going to do my DS and 3DS collection. My 3DS collection isn't too big yet. Of course, there's still a bunch of games coming out for it, and games that have already come out and I still need to get. My DS collection is actually my second largest collection after the Xbox 360. The reason for that is at the EB Games in my area, there's two in my area. Um, I'm finding a lot of their kind of like a lot of the DS games are just like these generic empty GameStop cases, and the game itself. They still do have quite a bit of complete games, so I basically wanted to kind of snatch them up before they're gone for good. I know DS games are kind of on their way out, so I'm trying to get as many DS games that I'm interested in as I can. Um, so basically, anytime I go to EB Games or any store for that matter and see a DS game I'm even remotely interested, I pick it up. So that's why I have more DS games than a lot of my other consoles and handhelds. The DS itself, I really like it. I think it's got a huge library of awesome games. If you're an RPG fan, definitely. I mean, the DS is amazing if you're an RPG fan. So many great RPGs on the handheld. A lot of these games in my collection I haven't actually played yet. I haven't got around to a lot of them, but there's still definitely a lot of DS games I need to get. With that said, let's start with the DS games. With 999, which is my favorite DS game. I talked about this in my top 3 handheld games video, so you can look at that for a more detailed opinion of it. But amazing visual novel game. If you have a DS, you have to play this. Just brilliant. Advanced Wars Dual Strike. This one's actually becoming quite hard to find. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Advanced Wars fan. I can't really get into these games. I also have here Days of Ruin. I don't know what it is with these games. Like, I like the concept. They're nice, fun strategy games if you're into that. I don't know. I just need more RPG elements personally to make it a bit more interesting. But these are definitely fun games if you're into strategy, and they're very popular. Black Sigil, Blade of the Exiled. I haven't played this one yet. It's basically a really old school turn-based RPG done in the style of like 16-bit games. Really nice sprite-based graphics on this. I've heard the encounter rate is a bit ridiculous on this game. I mean, you're running into enemies every other step. That could be annoying, but this seems fun, so I'll definitely get around to this sometime. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. I'm a huge fan of Symphony of the Night on the PS1. That's my favorite Castlevania game. I love the Metroidvania style games, so I was really excited to play this one, and I'll be honest, I don't care for this game. Mainly due to the touchscreen gimmicks. Every time you fight a boss, once you beat the boss, you have to do this kind of touchscreen tracing type thing. If you fail that, you pretty much have to fight the boss all over again. I kept failing these because, I don't know, the touchscreen wasn't responsive enough, and like some of the tracing is actually kind of difficult. I like that just completely ruined the game for me. If you can get past that though, this is an excellent game in that Metroidvania style. Nice, awesome environments to explore, great combat. The touchscreen gimmicks just kind of got to me though in this one. And then we have Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. This is an interesting Castlevania game. It's got the same Metroidvania style. I mean, there's the RPG elements, you level up and such. But the levels are a bit more linear in this, and there's kind of a hub world you keep going back to buy and sell equipment. I liked this one much better than Dawn of Sorrow because there are no touchscreen gimmicks on this. And this is one of the more difficult Castlevanias I've played in that Metroidvania style. I really liked this game. Definitely recommend it. Portrait of Ruin, I still need to get that. I just can't seem to find it anywhere. When I do see that, I'll definitely be picking that up. That one has the chance to be my favorite because it's in the, it's not as linear as this one, and I don't think it has any touchscreen gimmicks, so that one should be fun. Custom Robo Arena. Now, I'm a huge fan of Custom Robo on the GameCube. I thought that was an extremely underrated game, very fun. So I was excited to actually get to play this one, and I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. There's a lot more RPG elements here, a more in-depth storyline, and a lot more customization. I mean, it's really like an improved sequel to that game. But for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm playing on it on a handheld, and I feel Custom Robo is maybe a better suited to a console. But I don't know. I just couldn't get into this game. But if you loved Custom Robo on the GameCube, still check this out. You may enjoy it. Contact from Atlas there. Haven't played this one yet. I've heard it's a very quirky RPG. I've heard a lot of people compare it to Earthbound. I'm not too sure on that, but if it is similar to Earthbound, I'll probably enjoy this a lot. But yeah, it just seems like a really interesting RPG. Haven't got around to it, but I probably will soon. Contra 4, this is a kick-ass game. Really, it plays and feels exactly like the NES Contras, and well, actually more similar to, I guess, Contra 3 on Super Nintendo. Just a great run and gun shooter. Insanely hard though. Which I like. I mean, I like how they stuck with the difficulty, but I can't. I don't think I. No, yeah, the third level in this, I can't get past it. Even on the easy mode, I just can't do it. Like, this game is balls hard. It's ridiculous, but definitely fun if you enjoy Contra games. Next, we have Dragon Quest IV. It took me forever to find this game. I mean, this is kind of a rare game. Like Final Fantasy games, I've never played a Dragon Quest game. I am going to start with this one, though. So I think I'm going to start this in a few months or so. I definitely want to get around to this because, I mean, I've heard great things about all the Dragon Quest games, and this is the one I want to start with. And then following that, Dragon Quest VI. Again, haven't played it, but I picked this up because I'm... Okay, and look at that. Okay, in Canada here, we have these little labels that they put on some of the DS games. Play in English and French. That is very annoying. Look how ugly that looks. Whatever. I've heard this one's great too. I haven't played it. And then Dragon Quest 9, I think this is. Yeah, 9. And again, you see that where is it? Right there, that label there. And that's not a sticker or anything. Like, that's stuck on there. I mean, I have to live with it. This one I've heard is very good. Lots of people recommend this one, so I'll definitely get around to this one. But as you can see, I'm missing Dragon Quest V. That's a bitch to find in my area. I know they did a reprint of it not too long ago, but I think it was only for, like, Amazon, and I can't order from there, so I don't know if I'll ever find that game. I might have to order it online. Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. This is kind of a really weird spin-off of the Dragon Quest series. It's like a puzzle-based adventure game. I couldn't really get into it. I know a lot of people love this game. For whatever reason, though, I couldn't. I don't know. Just didn't hook me. And then Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. Basically a Pokemon game set in the Dragon Quest universe. If you like Pokemon, you'll probably like this. I'll be honest, I'm not crazy huge on Pokemon, and for whatever reason, I couldn't really get into this one as much as I can the Pokemon games. I should probably put more time into this, though. I've only played it for like maybe an hour, and found it kind of dull, but I should probably go back to this. And then Drone Tactics, an Atlas game. With Atlas games, anytime I see an Atlas game, I pick it up. And this actually looks like a really cool game. I've heard it's quite good. It looks to be like a strategy RPG where you kind of, upgrade your units and stuff like that. You control some kind of like mantis robots. I don't know, this game looks really cool. I've heard it's quite good. I'll definitely be getting around to it sometime. Electroplankton. Now this is actually considered the rarest DS game. I don't agree with that. I think you can find it pretty common. It's pretty common to find online. Locally, you might have trouble finding this. I don't think it's quite worth the price it goes for. I think it's around $30 to $40. I was able to actually get it online for like $20, I think it was. It's like a music making kind of program, but I mean, it's very basic. You can create some cool stuff if you're, musically inclined, but it's just kind of a neat curiosity. I don't know, unless you're really into this, these kind of tools, I guess you could say. I'd recommend picking it up. Otherwise, I'd say you don't really need this one, unless of course you want it for its rarity. Uh, Etrian Odyssey 3, the only one I've been able to find locally in my area. I still need the other two. I have tried this. I don't know, these, what do you call it? These roguelikes are kind of hard to get into, I find. You have to basically map out where you're going. You constantly have to use the touch screen to kind of map out your progress and where enemies are on the map, where different treasures are. I find it very easy to get lost, and this game is very overwhelming. There's a lot of different things you can do. I don't know. I kind of lost interest. I'm looking forward to the fourth one though on the 3DS. I think there's some kind of like easy mode or casual mode. So hopefully I can that can kind of ease me into the Etrian Odyssey games. Then I can go back to this one at another time. Final Fantasy IV. Again, I haven't played any Final Fantasy games, so I haven't played this yet. I want to get them all though. So I definitely picked this up. I've heard this is an amazing game and the best version of this game you can get. I have heard it's crazy difficult though, so we'll see if I can get through it. But I had to have this. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Ring of Fates. I've heard mixed things on the Crystal Chronicles games. I haven't played any of them, but this looks interesting. Looks like a cool action RPG. Definitely looking forward to playing this. Final Fantasy Tactics A2. This is the sequel to the one on the PS1. I haven't played any of the Tactics games. They look really awesome, though. I really love the Disgaea games and the Tactics Ogre games, so this looks right up my alley. Really excited to get to this sometime. I got Game & Watch Collection Volume 1. As you can see, it's still sealed. I also have Game & Watch Collection 2. These, they're Club Nintendo rewards. I'm keeping them sealed because, maybe they'll be worth something someday. Although I doubt it. You can easily find these online for cheap. But, a lot of that Club Nintendo rewards, there really isn't much interesting, so I figured, I might as well grab these two. Don't think I'll be opening them, though. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. This is a really cool game. It's kind of hard to describe. You have to kind of like possess inanimate objects to kind of prevent people from dying. I don't want to go into more on that, but it's a really cool game, visual novel style, a lot of text. I suck at it. The puzzles in this game, I don't know. I just couldn't figure them out. But definitely a really cool game, a very underrated game, and definitely a hidden gem on the DS. Definitely pick this up if you can find it. Golden Sun Dark Dawn. I love Golden Sun 1 and 2 on the GBA. They're some of my favorite RPGs, so I was really excited to get to this one. I really like this game. I know a lot of people aren't too fond of it. I will admit there's way too much dialogue in this game, which ordinarily wouldn't be too bad, but a lot of it is really uninteresting or just unimportant, really. But still a great battle system, really fun exploration. I don't know, really a solid RPG. Nice puzzles in this one, too. Maybe a bit on the easy side. I know a lot of people complain about that, and I will agree. This is a very easy game, but I like it. I've liked all the Golden Sun games so far. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. This is an interesting game. Before release, I thought this game wasn't gonna be any good. It's in the style of like the old Grand Theft Auto games, so like Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2, where it's a top-down view. But this game is really fun because it's got all the content, a great dark storyline, like the more the San Andreas Vice City, and things like that. I don't know, just a really fun game. A lot of cool touchscreen mini games. Really a fantastic game overall. Infinite Space. This is one of the harder to find DS games. It's fairly pricey online, at least the last time I checked. But for whatever reason, I always see this game in my area. It's a lot of people really like this game. It's considered an underrated gem on the DS. I couldn't really get into it. It's very complex. A lot of the things you can do, a lot of ship customization. It's an RPG basically. The battle system has like a rock paper scissors kind of thing to it that I wasn't too keen on. But there's a lot of depth to this game. If you're looking for a sci-fi RPG with a lot of depth, definitely check this game out. It's very interesting. I think most people would enjoy it. For whatever reason, though, I couldn't get into it. Kingdom Hearts, what is this? 358 over 2 days. There's all these Kingdom Hearts spin-offs have these ridiculous names. I haven't played a Kingdom Hearts game. I have the first one. I'm definitely going to be playing that soon. Though, I don't know if I'll really get into the series, though. I'm not the biggest Disney guy. I mean, I watched some Disney movies as a kid, but I don't know. I don't know. I kind of am not interested in it. So we'll see if the gameplay can maybe, keep me hooked. But yeah, I got this anyways, because I think this was like $2 at EB Games, so I couldn't resist picking it up. Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. What to say about this game? I'm not going to go on for too long here, but I'll say that I don't care for this game at all. It's my least favorite Zelda game by far. And the main reason is the Temple of the Ocean King. This dungeon, it's a dungeon you're constantly revisiting, and for those that played it know, but basically you're constantly revisiting the same dungeon. You have to play the same stuff over and over again. The stuff that you do play is stealth-based gameplay, where if you get caught, you get sent to the beginning. It's on a time limit. Just very frustrating and tedious, and it's a shame because it ruined the game for me, and everything else about this game is pretty good. Okay, well, there's touchscreen controls. This game's completely controlled with the touchscreen. Some people either love it or hate it. I was kind of neutral with it. I much would have preferred just, D-pad movement. But this game, the dungeons that aren't the Temple of Ocean King are pretty good. I like how it's kind of styled after Wind Waker. Nice visuals, but that Temple of the Ocean King, god damn does it suck. Like, it completely ruined any enjoyment I would have had with this game. I'll be honest, I didn't even finish this game. I put it down towards the end. I had enough. Like, this game just pissed me off. It's such a shame, too, that this turned out that way. I know a lot of people don't like this one either, but there are people that do like it. So I hated that game. So I was thinking, oh, well, maybe Spirit Tracks would be better. And I don't like this one either. They stuck with the motion control, or not motion controls, touchscreen controls. But instead of Temple of the Ocean King, you have a really annoying train minigame that you're constantly doing. It's really frustratingly difficult too. And if your train, I don't know, you ended up having to replay. If you failed, you had to replay large portions over and over again. The instrument you play, what was it? There's the instrument you play in this. You have to actually blow on your touchscreen, and it's so unresponsive. It drove me nuts. Very disappointing, these DS Zelda games. I really can't stand them. They're the only two games in the series that I don't like. I don't know, very disappointing, both of them. I didn't finish this one either. It just, again, like Phantom Hourglass, I couldn't handle it anymore. Very, very disappointing. Luminous Arc 2. I love these, like, it comes with a music CD in this cool box that, Atlas put out. I don't have the first Luminous Arc. Both of them are very hard to find in my area. I was surprised to see this for like $5, I think. You'll notice there's that sticker there. I probably wouldn't be able to get that off without ruining the cardboard. If anyone knows of a way to do that, let me know. This is an interesting looking strategy RPG. Definitely going to play this soon. Lunar Dragon Song. Haven't played this. I haven't played any Lunar games, actually, though I hear this is a pretty shitty game. So I don't know if I'll play it. Well, I'll probably play it, just not for a while. This was like 50 cents, I think. I mean, I couldn't resist. Lunar Nights, which, for those that know, there's a game on the GBA called Boktai. It used this like kind of some kind of sensor where you could play in direct sunlight, and I don't know, it would affect the game. I don't know too much about Boktai, but I think this is the third in that series. I haven't played this yet. It seems to be kind of like an action RPG. Looks really cool. Hard to find, at least in my area, so when I saw it, I had to pick it up. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Actually, this game is getting quite hard to find and rather pricey. I was glad to find this at my local EB Games. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for the GBA is one of my favorite games. It's on my top 3 handheld games list. So I was really looking forward to playing this. Did not disappoint. I know a lot of people don't really like this one. I wasn't like later towards the end of the game, the dungeons kind of get tedious, but the battle system in this is so good. There's so many different moves you can pull off. It can be a bit overwhelming at times because you've got 4 characters to manage, and they're all on a separate button. But yeah, just a fantastic battle system, great humor, interesting storyline, fantastic game overall. But then you have Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, which completely trumps Partners in Time. Again, though, that French label, ugh. Fantastic game, really hilarious, lots of content. The battle system isn't quite as overwhelming or complex as Partners in Time, so this game's a bit easy. There's these really cool touchscreen-based mini-games that pop up in this game. Tons of variety. Just a phenomenal game. A must-own DS game, in my opinion. Mega Man Zero Collection. I'm not the biggest fan of these Zero games. Once you add melee attacks into like a Mega Man game, I don't know, I lose interest. But I had to get this because it's a Mega Man game. I gotta have anything Mega Man. It brings us to Mega Man ZX Advent. I don't have ZX yet, still looking for it. This basically plays like the Zero games, but it's actually done in a Metroidvania style. So it's a big, giant, open environment. You have to revisit previous areas with new abilities you unlock. Seems cool. I haven't tried it yet. I may enjoy this one. Monster Tale, an apparent hidden gem on the DS. I haven't played this yet. It looks really cool. I think this, again, like the Mega Man ZX Advent, this is like a Metroidvania style game with some Pokemon type elements to it. Looks really cool. Definitely will be playing this soon. If you can find this, definitely pick it up. It seems really awesome. My World, My Way. Ball and Nick is a fan of this game. I haven't played this yet. It does look rather cutesy, but this is an expensive game. If you go on eBay, people are charging ridiculous prices for this, which is funny because there's like 3 copies of it at my local eBay games for like $10 each, which is what I picked it up at. The cool thing about this game, though, you can kind of like create your own dungeons, which that sounds really, really neat. I definitely want to try this soon. Of course, what DS collection doesn't have New Super Mario Brothers? Really fun side-scrolling action. Not quite up to the par of previous Mario games, I'd say. This game's really easy. But you know, it's fun. I don't like how many of these kind of games they're putting out. I don't know. It's kind of getting a bit stale. I wish they would kind of do something new instead of just New Super Mario Brothers 2, New Super Mario Brothers Wii U, New Super Mario Brothers Wii. There's just too many of them out there. But this is still a fun game. Okamiden. Now I haven't actually played Okami. And maybe I should have done that first, because I did play this game. I got maybe 5 hours into it, and I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know, it's just got an overly long intro. I was struggling with the controls, and I don't know, it just wasn't captivating me. The story, I was confused the majority of the time, so I don't know, I think I may need to play the first one before I dig too much deeper into this. So I've left it shelved for now. Phantasy Star Zero, which apparently is a really great game. I haven't played this yet. Pretty hard to find, at least in my area. So when I saw it, I had to get it. But basically, it's Phantasy Star Online style gameplay in this. Looks really awesome, actually. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I haven't played this. I really want to get into the series. I don't have the first one yet. I don't know. That game is hard to find. The second one I've never seen either. Although apparently this is hard to find, is one of the hardest ones and the most expensive ones to find. I think they pretty much all are. But I want to play the first one before I get into this. But this series looks awesome. Really want to play these games. Pokemon Black. I played this not too long ago. Beat it. Took me like 40 hours. This game is huge. I hadn't played a Pokemon game since Pokemon Ruby when I played this. I liked this game. I wasn't blown away by it. I mean, Pokemon really hasn't evolved evolved that much. But if it's solid. It's fun. RPG light. Collecting the Pokemon, very fun. The story in this is pretty lame, but I don't know. It's Pokemon. Pokemon Conquest. This looked really cool. I had to pick up this because it's like a strategy RPG with Pokemon. Haven't played this yet, but definitely looks like a cool game. Yeah. And then finally, Pokemon Platinum, which I think is, Pearl and... I don't know. It's those two games that came before this. I haven't played this yet. Because I've played Pokemon Black, I don't know if I'm going to get around to this, but... I don't know. Like I've said, the Pokemon games, I might be done with them. I'm not sure. Radiant Historia, this is the first print. That's getting quite hard to find and very pricey. Funny enough, the game inside is still sealed. I haven't played this yet. I've heard great things. I really should play this. The funny thing is, in my area, I was the only one to buy this game. There's 3 copies of this, and 2 of them, I bought one, and 2 of them are still sitting there. Still sealed, brand new. Which is funny because, and I mean the first print too, so, but yeah, supposedly one of the best RPGs on the DS, one of the best RPGs in a long time. Some time travel elements to this. It reminds a lot of people of Chrono Trigger. Cool looking grid style battle system. Really, I should be playing this. Rhapsody, a musical adventure. This was an RPG on the PS1, and I guess this is like a port. I don't know if there's any new content with this one. Looks like a very kid-friendly, kind of first RPG type game. But still, it should be some decent amount of fun. I've heard it's quite good. Rhythm Heaven. Love this game. I prefer the one on the Wii. The touchscreen controls are a bit finicky at times in this one, but if you haven't played a Rhythm Heaven game, get on it. These games are so fun. Just really fun WarioWare style mini games involving rhythm. A whole lot of fun. The Rub Rabbits, a mini game compilation with touchscreen controls. A sequel to Feel the Magic, a launch title for the DS. Kind of lost interest in this one rather quickly. I'm not a big fan of mini game compilations. Rune Factory and Rune Factory 2. These games, haven't played them yet. They're basically like Harvest Moon with RPG elements. You go into dungeons and fight monsters. Still looking for the third one. Can't seem to find it. When I do eventually get into Rune Factory, I'm probably going to go with Tides of Destiny on the Wii. I think I don't know. I think I'd prefer these types of games on consoles. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2. Haven't got around to this. Haven't even gotten around to the first one yet. Strategy RPGs look really awesome. Haven't had too much experience with the Shin Megami Tensei series. I've only really played Persona 3 and 4. Love those games, but haven't delved into anything other than those. Another Shin Megami Tensei game, Strange Journey. I've heard this is a great game. It's a roguelike, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get into it, but who knows. Solo Torobo, Red the Hunter, still sealed in this cool box set here from Xseed. I've heard this is a fantastic game. I should really get around to playing this. I keep saying for all these games, I mean, I have so many games and so little time, but definitely have heard this is great. Steel Princess, I've heard this is actually a really rare DS game. I don't know, I see a bunch of them online, and they're always cheap. I picked it up anyways because it's Atlas, although I've heard this one's not so great. I think it's some kind of, I don't know, I think it's a roguelike, or some kind of action RPG. Might try it eventually. Suikoden, I don't know, how do you pronounce that? Someone tell me. Tierkis? I don't know. I don't think they're putting out any more of these games. I haven't played any games in this series. I want to start with the first one on the PS1. I own it, so I definitely got to get around to that. I've heard this is a great game, though. But yeah, I saw it. I had to pick it up. Super Princess Peach. For whatever reason, this game is expensive online. Uh, Even at stores, I think I paid $40 for this, like years after it came out. All in all, a nice 2D platformer, a bit on the easy side, but basically a lot of fun. Some great creative level designs in this game. Super Robot Tyson OG Sega Endless Frontier. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off about this. I got this for like $12, and then the next day I went to back to EB Games and they had the box set version of this. I was like, ugh. But this is actually a really cool turn-based RPG. Although it's got like an action-based system where you're mashing buttons and doing all these crazy combos. The battle system was what sells this game. Other than that, just a nice, funny storyline with a lot of, I don't know, perversion, I guess you could say. But yeah, all in all, a really cool RPG. Definitely check this game out. Tokyo Beatdown. It's a beat 'em up. Honestly, I don't know, kind of boring, and I don't know. I couldn't really get into this one that much, even though I know a lot of people love this game. Atlas game, had to pick it up. Trauma Center Under the Knife, the only Trauma Center game I have, probably the only one I'm going to ever own. I don't have the memory for this kind of game. I tried, I can't do it. I can't even get past the first few, I don't know, procedures or whatever. I don't know, I just don't have the memory for it. I can't ever remember what tools to use and what to do in certain spots. I can definitely really appreciate this game, very unique, but I couldn't get into it. What can I say? I suck at it. And finally, the last DS game, Yoshi's Island DS. Now, Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo is one of my favorite games of all time. This was one of my most anticipated games on DS when I finally got around to getting a DS. And I don't know, I can't help but feel disappointed. The level designs aren't as good this time around. The music especially. The music in the Super Nintendo one is so good. And this, it's just crap. The visuals are nice in this game. It's definitely got a lot of charm to it. I don't know, the level designs just weren't clicking with me. And I'll quickly go through my 3DS collection. Nothing too huge yet. Bit Trip Saga, not too big on this. I've been looking for this game forever. I was convinced this game didn't even come out in Canada. But I saw it and bought it for like $30. Kind of disappointed. The only really, it's a bunch of these mini games. Only one of them really appealed to me, Bit Trip Runner. That's a cool reflex-based jumping, sliding minigame. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I don't know, wasn't too big into this. Cave Story 3D, the only retail release as far as I know of this game, so I had to get that. Didn't want it digitally. Haven't gotten into this yet. I've heard this is an amazing game. So definitely going to try it soon. I know people aren't a fan of like the new visuals they did for this version, but I don't know. We'll see. Code of Princess, I did a review for this if you want to check that out, but overall a nice side-scrolling beat-em-up RPG. Kid Icarus Uprising, really fun game. I know a lot of people had problems with the controls. I did to an extent. I couldn't handle more than like 1 or 2 levels of this game at a time, or my hand would start cramping up, even with the stand. Lots of cool multiplayer options, lots of cool weapons. Overall, just a nice, fun game. A pleasant surprise on the 3DS. Of course, gotta have Ocarina of Time 3D. Classic game, one of my favorite games of all time. In fact, I'll say it's my second favorite game of all time. It was really a joy playing through this again. I wish the Master Quest was unlocked from the beginning. I think that was a dumb move, because I would have loved to play that from the beginning. And by the time I beat this game, I wanted to move on to something else. But I'll definitely get around to the Master Quest at some point, because I've never gone through that before. I just got this a few days ago, Paper Mario Sticker Star. So far, I really like it, but I'll have a review discussion up soon. Resident Evil Revelations. I've heard this is actually one of the better Resident Evil games to come out in a while. Lots of people didn't like Resident Evil 6, but people still like this. I've played the demo, haven't played this yet. I want to wait till there's a Circle Pad Pro for the XL before I play this. But I played the demo without a Circle Pad, and I really liked this game. I thought the demo was really fun. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. This is the first Devil Survivor game redone. I think a few things added. It's still sealed. Haven't gotten around to this yet. Definitely need to play this soon. Super Mario 3D Land, my favorite 3DS game at the moment. Just a fun game. This game just will bring a smile to your face. There's actually plenty of challenge here. A lot of people say this game's too easy. I think there is challenge. You just have to work for it, I think. A very unique game, too, because it kind of mixes like Mario 64, Galaxy, and Super Mario 3 and kind of mashes them up all together. And I don't know, it results in a really unique product. I flat out love this game. If you have a 3DS, you probably do already have this, but amazing game. Super Monkey Ball 3D, the only game I bought at launch with my 3DS. I like the first two Super Monkey Balls on the GameCube. After that, it's gone down the shitter. Very easy. I don't know why they made these games so damn easy. Not a lot of content here, and really garbage multiplayer modes. Tales of the Abyss, huge Tales fan. Love almost every game in the series. It's my favorite RPG series, and was not disappointed with this one. Maybe a little too much backtracking for my tastes at times, but a phenomenal battle system, excellent storyline and characters. I'd say this is a must-own for the 3DS. Absolutely phenomenal. If you already have it on the PS2, I wouldn't suggest this, but still, excellent game. And finally, Virtue's Last Reward, an amazing game. Like I've said in my previous videos, I encountered a game-breaking bug after 13 hours of progress, so I've dropped this game for now. In a few months from now, though, I'll definitely pick it up again, because this game was just too awesome. So anyways, guys, that's my DS and 3DS collection. I'm sorry it ran a bit long. Had more, I don't know, I talked about the games maybe a little too long. But yeah, that's it. Still a lot of DS games I'm looking for. The main one, though, is The World Ends With You. That game looks phenomenal. I really want to get it. I saw it once at EB Games for 24 bucks, and I don't know, I was completely stupid and just passed it up. Went there a couple days later, and it was gone, and I haven't seen it since. Which is a shame, because that game is actually getting pricey online. But anyways, I should probably stop talking now. This video is getting really long. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.